Hello, everybody. Just here to introduce, Josh Richardson, his family, and Mike and Alice, who actually was a player at one time. She almost said that she played against me, but she didn't play against me. I know she didn't somewhere. But Chet Kammerer, obviously, our director of player personnel, and Adam Simon, Eric Amsler, the guys that are the grinders that are down into the trenches. Even though, we've watched Josh, for the last 4 years play, saw him in tournament games. But every year, Chet has somebody that he says, to me on the last 2 or 3 days, he said, we got to really take a look at this guy, this player. And Josh was that player. And so we had him on our board at 24, which would be sort of, in our mind, a first-round selection. We were very fortunate that he ended up where he was so we could draft him. He's a two-way player. He is versatile. He's got great size, great length. He actually defends in this league, and which we like a lot, and we think that he's a very, very promising prospect, and he's going to get his start tomorrow in his first practice with the Heat. So you can open it up to questions. Anybody has anything, you can direct them to either Coach, myself, or to Josh.
Congratulations on being drafted. Joe Goodman with the Miami Herald. You changed positions your senior year. What were some of the biggest challenges that that presented for you as a player?
Switching to point guard my senior year, I'd say first of all, switching to being pressured 90 feet every game by, a really quick guard, and then just learning even more how to run a team by yourself. And I think it was great to, just slow the game down in my eyes and just help me learn how to direct traffic every play and run a team.
Josh, Tim Reynolds from the AP. Welcome to Miami. Along kind of those same lines, there's no such thing as there's very few true ones and true twos in the league now. When you did change positions and have the ball in your hands more, did you sort of know that was going to help prepare you for this level? Because just about everybody has to be a combo guard on some level here.
Yeah, I think it definitely prepared me a little bit for it. In today's game, like the Golden State Warriors, people like that, even the Heat, people just, they just get out there and play ball. It's not really a set one, set two, set three. It's just, whoever gets the ball a lot of the time just brings it down the court. So I think that definitely adds a little bit of versatility to my game at this level.
Eric, what was your impression of Josh's defensive versatility?
Well, again, just like Coach said, Chet was talking about Josh 3 weeks ago. You have to watch film on him. That he thought we would like him because of his two-way ability. Can defend multiple positions. He's long, and he's defended point guards and twos, but also has been recognized for it. We like guys that are all defensive conference, all defensive teams, and have shown a commitment to that side of the floor, because a lot of talented offensive players in the college game don't commit to that, and it's tough to transfer all of a sudden to a higher level and start defending. So he already has shown that he's had a mindset to be able to defend. It was interesting that this was probably our first workout, I believe, and when they finished the workout, we actually stood up, everybody on the side, and clapped. It was that competitive.
Yeah,
it was that
there
much
are
of a
some
defensive
workouts that are
disposition.
real, and there are other workouts that are not. But his was real that day. It was competitive.
Hi, Josh. I'm Eric Reed, a TV play-by-play guy for the Heat. Congratulations. Who were the players that you sort of modeled your game after growing up? And tell us about where your offensive game is at right now.
Okay. When I was really young, I liked, watching Scottie Pippen a lot from the Bulls, just seeing, how he was able to play his role, like defend the other team's best player, and he still scored, and he's considered one of the best players of all time. And then just now, two-way players like, Jimmy Butler, I like him a lot. Kawhi Leonard, who's the Finals MVP, and just great two-way players like that. And I'd say, my offensive game is as good as it can get right now. And I've changed my shot a little bit since college, so it's been a work in progress. And my playmaking abilities never wavered. I think I can come in from day one and be able to make a couple things happen in the paint and get guys involved and just get the ball to our stars. We have so many great players on this team that you can just pass it to and they can just go get a bucket. So I think I can just fit in this team well.
Spo, what do you tell guys going into summer league individually, especially your draft picks, about what you specifically will want to see for them? Of course, within the grander scope of whatever DC wants to put in, of course. But
Right.
what do you tell individually your draft picks? What's going to help them going forward?
Well, Josh already has a leg up, and I just told him actually before we walked in here that we spent a little bit of time this afternoon prepping for the next 3 weeks. We have a lot of work to do, roll up our sleeves, and he's that type of personality that's not going to shy away from the work. He understands already what our organization is about, defensive-minded, tough, competitive, much like he showed in that workout and over the course of his college career. We don't want him to be overburdened with thought in the next 3 weeks. He'll learn about what we do, what our system is. We'll learn about him. But more than anything, his competitive nature will have an opportunity to be expressed in the next 3 weeks.
Hi, Josh. Shannon Irish with Heat TV. What have you heard about the fans in Miami and Heat Nation, and how do you feel about coming down here and playing for this fan base?
Well, I know from watching it on TV, I've never actually been to Miami before besides that workout, so I never really got to experience it. But I've seen on TV, like, all the whiteouts they have, and just, the camera seems to show the fans more when it comes to Miami. But,
Yeah.
I mean, they look like the greatest fans. They've been tweeting me and, commenting on Instagram, and they've been great so far. So I just can't wait to, get on the court and start going to work for these people.
Hey Josh, Andrea Brody from Channel 10. So you've got your parents sitting in the front row, championship coach to your left, Pat Riley to your right. Is this the dream that you've had since you were a little boy? And can you describe what it feels like to be living it?
It's definitely a dream that I've grown up wanting, and it's just crazy because I didn't really think I had a chance to actually play in the NBA till only a couple years ago when I started taking it a lot more serious. So, I'm thankful to be here with two of the best coaches out, and I'm glad my parents could be here for it, and this has probably been the best week of my life. Actually, not even probably, it has been the best week of my life. So I just can't wait to, like I said, just get to work.
Well timed, maybe. Speaking of parents, I happen to be the father of an older daughter who is a musician and a piano player and a singer. So I got to ask you, you seem very natural on the piano. When did you start playing it? And talk about your passion for music as well.
Okay, growing up, well, my dad is like a huge music guy, so every time we're in the car, every time we're doing something, like I would help him do construction when I was younger, and he'd always bring like a stereo and play music. So I grew up around music, and I listened to all types. And my grandmother would come over our house when I was little, like maybe early middle school, and ask me to play the piano, and I didn't know how to play it, and I'd just mess around on it. And then she passed away when I was 12, and I just told my mom that I wanted to start playing it kind of seriously because I knew my grandma would like that. So I've just been playing it ever since. I'm not really disappointed at all because, they said I would have to come in here and work for my spot, and I wasn't expecting anything to come easy anyway. I've had to work my way up at every level, so I'm fully prepared to just come in here and put my head down and do whatever it takes. But, the Miami Heat is, probably the best organization that you can possibly be drafted to. So I know they'll take care of me, and I'm going to, handle my part.